I want to ask you a little bit about like your high school days. Um, I was reading an essay about you by the British writer Nick Kent, and you said to him, I was transformed into a dork in high school when I first became exposed to the incredible cruelty that children have at their disposal, and there's nobody more equipped or inclined toward cruelty than upper middle class children whose folks have lots of money and big cars. Whenever I tried to express myself, I'd be laughed at. I was considered weird, the weird kid. I was also very shy, very unhip, very unglib, and never wore the right clothes. I also had very weird looks because my father, being a military man, forced a military haircut on me. So
That sums it up pretty well. Yeah.
So you still think of yourself as having been pretty dorky in high school?
To that side, yeah. I was more to that side than was the optimum school position. Yeah, certainly. But there are a lot of people who had it worse than me. You know, I think we had a hermaphrodite, a guy with a club foot, cross-eyed. There were definitely, you could go. We had beatniks. They call them stoners now. You know that there were. You could go farther in the alien direction, but yeah, I have my problems with it, and I think in general the country keeps wanting to revert to a certain Anglo-Saxon country clubism. And it keeps reinventing that theme. You're seeing it right now, and that sort of lurks somewhere behind the celebrity of the Hilton family.
Another thing you told Nick Kent is that Nico, who sang for a while with the Velvet Underground, gave you some advice when you were still basically a skinny kid and starting to perform. What kind of advice did she give you?
Well, it was part of it was very feminine, but in that it would be something as banal as how to wear your hair, but it was very serious about it. You are Jimmy. You are not meant for your face to be seen. You must wear the hair to hide your face. Your face, you only look good this way. Sort of thing. And then I think she gave me some sexual instruction, and it was more. The best thing about her is that she's hell of an artist in spurts. And I just listened to Desert Shore the other night, one of her albums, and she's good. And then she was just incredibly much more combative than me, and really brought that out in me. That short time we spent together, she actually followed me to Michigan for and lived in our band house for a few weeks, much to the delight and much to the mirth of the rest of the band. There's this very, very strange German bohemian girl, about 10 years older than all of us, wandering around the house, speaking in a thickly accented baritone. But she was cool. Some of the music is just fabulous. It's wonderful. What a great artist.
You'd said that one of the things she told you was that you're not full of the poison, and that we don't want to see a person on the stage. We want to see a performance, and poison is the essence of the performer. What did you interpret that as meaning? And did you do anything with that advice?
Chicks are twisted. They don't like nice guys.
That's what you think it means?
That's what it means, yeah. It's just a fancy way of saying that. Don't be human.
Don't be human.
Don't be human.
Did you try to not be human on stage?
No, it's just somebody's talking while you're around. I think she just made me drink a lot more. So I had a couple of. I tended to get in the more trouble. More trouble came up when she was around. But it's always convenient to have somebody to blame those things on.
You've said that among your favorite recordings are Frank Sinatra's and the Wee Small Hours.
Yeah.
And did you ever want to sing that way? Did you ever wish you could?
I can and do, and I have. There's one. I think there's a show tune on this anthology. Well,
sure, there's a Cole Porter song.
Yeah. I mean, I use things from that school, those several schools of songwriting. Sometimes I can put in a lyric. There's a song called "Corruption" on the anthology here, from the tie. Let's see, the lyric goes from the what is it? How does it go? I don't know, but I use a repetitive phrase that I also took from "Night and Day" by Cole Porter. So. Yeah, I can sing that stuff. I do it somewhat, you know.
Do you think...
And I can talk a song if that's what's needed. There are some things I can't do. I can't carry a melody to all the way to tea with the Queen, but I can put it in a basket and get it across the street for you. So that's about how good I am, you know. And I can't really scream. I can't scream a hard rock blues or a heavy metal lick, but I can manage to kind of squirt out a thrashing, annoying sound. So, you know, everybody has things they can do.
Do you think of Iggy Pop as being like a stage persona, and are you still Jim Osterberg off stage?
Well, that used to be the case, but not anymore, because I've been Iggy Pop longer than I was just Jim Osterberg. Mm-hmm. So things have changed. It's been, I started being me when I was, I don't know how many years old, 21, something like that. And that was 37 years ago. I was only without me for about 20 years.
Was that how you felt when you created like Iggy Pop, that you had figured out who you really were? That was who you really were?
No, it's just like I gained the services of an extra person. Actually, you know, as Iggy Pop, there are all sorts of things I can do and receive and be that were not happening for Jim Osterberg. And then I have a great deal of pleasure of being Jim Osterberg, and I have just a really lovely private existence that way. And Iggy does a lot for me.